Evil is rampant, but guess what? There's one who controls the universe that created it. And now listen to me. Syria will be destroyed. I say that with all confidence. Syria, Damascus, Syria will become a heap of ruins. You understand me? You hear me? Iran and Russia are partners. They will partner up with Ethiopia, now with Libya, and the hordes of Egypt. I didn't say whores, I said hordes. Now, oh, there's coming a big-time war, but CPAC don't understand that because they think from a political, perspective. They don't think from a biblical, just like most of the so-called American patriots and lovers. Let's move on.
So what principle of SIL activity accounts for why Obama intervenes over here but not over there? What's driving this guy? One advantage of knowing a man's compass is that you can not only understand what they are doing, but you can predict what they are going to do. The film that you saw briefly teased or previewed here is a film called 2016. Why 2016? Because it's actually asking the question, what would America look like in 2016 if Obama were to have a second term? Now, whether he has a second term is in our hands. But in
Wrong. Now, like I said, no disrespect to this man, okay? It is not in our hands whether Obama has a second term. Whether it is Obama, whether it is Mitt Romney, the path of destruction will continue. Will they stick a new face in there to try to appease the American people when the dollar collapses? I don't know. Okay? Will it be the same face? The face of Obama? So that they can bring about the martial law, so that they can bring about the racial wars, so that they can bring about the new currency? I don't know, but either way, the martial law is coming. Either way, the new currency is coming. The dollar's gone, okay? Either way, civil unrest is coming. Either way, there's going to be some hey, listen, there's going to be some Lone Rangers and some Tontos going out there with a little patriot stuff, thinking they're going to save the world, when in fact all they're going to do is be slaughtered. And it's going to make the rest of us that are trying to get ready for whatever we got to do with the Edomites and the looters when they come, it's going to make us look bad, okay? So think about what I'm telling you right now. It doesn't matter, okay, whether it's going to be Mitt Romney or Obama. Listen to me. The plan is going to come to pass, and the plan is that you continue to have drones flying over everywhere, that they continue to listen to your cell phone, that they continue to hack into the back of your computer and listen and look at every keystroke on it. Hey, listen, it don't take a flipping rocket scientist. Any idiot can get on a computer and look up keylogger, and if they have the ability to keylog a computer in the house of a family, what do you think that the Department of Defense, what do you think the technology is like that's not being exposed to you? Oh, they're looking. You better bet your rear end. You can take that one to the bank and try to cash it if you want to while the bank's still open. Let's move on.
In order to know what Obama would do in the second term, remember, he won't be tethered to public opinion. He won't have to run for re-election again. He will be truly, in a sense, a free man in the White House to do what he wants.
Absolutely, I agree with that statement because, excuse me, he should have already been removed, drug out by the heels, and removed from office. Just drag him out of there. If listen to me, if the Constitution were real and it mattered, he would have already been out of there. And 2/3, well, more than that, of your Congress and Senate would have been removed, okay? Excuse me. But whether it's going to be Mitt Romney or whether it's going to be Obama, Either one of them are going to be free men to do whatsoever the Illuminati tell them to do. And the fact of the business is this. Anybody that gets in their way, they will wind up like Kennedy. They will wind up like Kennedy if anybody gets in their way. They will wind up like many other people have wound up. They'll wind up in Clay County pushing up daisies. See, you know, in other words, if you wanted to have something that had even a 1 iota of freedom, it would have to be that you would take a state back, a province, that the feds were removed and peacefully told to get out. They didn't want to get out peacefully, then they'd be removed by force. You would have to have a state to bring back any sovereignty, and in order to get that back, they would have to be a massive amount of bloodshed. Like I said, that so-called Tree of Liberty. There would have to be a lot of tyrants that would have to die. There'd be a lot of patriots that would have to die. Now, the fact of the business is this. The people are going to continue to think that somehow or another this place called Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia, that if they can get somebody that's a Republican conservative in the White House, that things are going to turn around, that jobs are going to be okay, that everybody's going to be fine. It is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. It is a lie. You are trying to listen to somebody building a house for you on sinking sand. And the rains are coming, the storms are coming, and great will be the fall of that house. Listen.
But what does he actually want to do? Another way to ask that question is simply to ask, what is Obama's dream? Is it the American dream? Is it Martin Luther King's dream? Surprisingly, no. The American dream actually made Obama's success possible. But when he was explicitly asked,
he said the American dream made Obama success possible. I agree with that. But you have to pull the veil back on the American dream. I'm not talking about the individual believing for a house and a homestead, believing to raise their children up and teach them the principles that will give them long livelihood. That in and of itself is a great hope and a great dream to have. Okay, but that is exempt. Listen to me. But that dream of true freedom, that dream of raising a family, that dream of having a homestead, that dream of having friends you can trust, does not come from any president, does not come from any political affiliation with anyone. It does not come from any police department protecting you at night. It does not come from any of those things created by your government. It comes from what was placed inside of you when you were born. Okay? And by gosh, none of them do it for you. But that's the sad part of what's going on, is nobody wants to realize that. Because they're gonna go out and they're gonna watch Prometheus over and over again. They're gonna watch the new Batman movie coming out. What they're gonna do is they're gonna pay to go to their Super Bowl if there is one. They're gonna pay to watch the basketball players, and they're gonna believe that guess what? This so-called American dream is real, because guess what? They're going to love the Hollywood people that create all these movies that entice sons and daughters to have more earrings and tattoos and all that all over them than a tackle box. It looks like they got in a fight with it and it won. They're going to cause them to want to worship Satan and say that the Creator don't exist. Yeah, what an American dream to have, huh? What an American dream. Yeah.
Is America unique? Do you believe in American exceptionalism? He said, no, we're no more exceptional than the Brits or the Greeks. Interestingly, Martin Luther King's dream made Obama's success possible. And yet, never in his life, not even in his famous race speech in Philadelphia, has Obama explicitly or articulately defended the colorblind.
Oh, and speaking of Martin Luther King, he was a womanizer and a whore hopper, but anyway, I'll let that one go.
Ideal. He benefits from it, but it's not his dream. So what is Obama's dream? Fortunately, we don't have to speculate or guess. All you have to do is pick up his own autobiography, and it says it right there on the cover. Dreams from my father. Now, notice that the title is not Dreams of my father. Obama's not writing about his dad's dreams. Dreams from my father means here are the dreams that I, Obama, got from my dad. And who was his father? His father was a man who grew up in Kenya when Kenya was fighting for independence from the British. Ideologically, his father was an anti-colonialist. Now, this is a little bit of a strange term to some Americans, anti-colonialism. But I grew up in India. India was a colony of the British. So I understand the anti-colonialism, I think, pretty well. Who was an anti-colonialist? My dad, my grandfather, my uncles, everybody I knew. And what is this anti-colonialism? It is, in fact, the most powerful ideology in Asia and Africa and South America in the past 100 years. If you want to know why there's anti-Americanism around the world, it's not just because of Islamic radicalism. That would help to explain it in the Middle East. It's anti-colonialism. And the anti-colonial ideology, very simply, is that the world is divided into the oppressors and the oppressed.
All right, I'll give him that. The world is divided into the oppressors and the oppressed. Now, if you want to finish listening to this, it'll be at WorldNet Daily, okay? You can look it up at WorldNet Daily, but I'm going to give you some final thoughts because I'm running long on this. I never thought I'd go this long. Now, the oppressor, okay, again, and there'll be many people say, why do you have to always put religious stuff in it, Billy? I'm not putting religious nothing in it. I'm putting the facts and the truth in it. And the fact and the truth is this: that the Messiah came to relieve all those that are oppressed of the devil. Okay? Now, the oppression that people wear is that they accept and they receive and they get under the thumb and the ruling of the oppressor, which is the devil. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this place called America is not a nation that follows the Messiah. This nation of America is a place that follows modern Christianity, that has their own bylaws, their own traditions, their own makeup of everything that is not the Messiah. And so it is with other nations. So how does one have relief from oppression? One has to throw off the oppressor. One has to tell the oppressor to go to hell. And the end of the book says that's where he's going. Now, all those that remain, listen, all those that remained under the spell and the influence of the oppression have accepted defeat. They have accepted that they in and of themselves have a lot to live out, and that lot to live out is no matter how bad it gets in America, they agree with everything that happens from the president down to the police. So if you desire to remain oppressed, if you desire to remain a flag kisser, if you desire to remain under an illusion that your vote counts, then that will be the lot that you set for yourself. But see, man has a free will. Man has a free will to choose, to pick and choose. And also man has something inside of him called commitment. Well, what do you mean? Well, okay, it says thou shalt not commit adultery. Commit means that you have already premeditated that's what you're going to do, whether it's going to be, being an adulterer or adulteress. So it is that you have the choice today, listening to this audio, to make a commitment whether you're going to remain oppressed. And oppression is totally believing the lies of Satan, believing the lies of your president, believing the lies of the Congress, believing the lies of the militarized police state, believing the lies of all these so-called religious groups across the fruited plain. Are you going to make a decision to throw the oppression off by allowing truth to set you free? And let me run something by you.